in 5, 4, 3. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm SM SithLord as the bear in this very fashionable shirt once again, and today is another build stream. So I am in the Somnium Space builder here. This is the builder that just comes with Somnium Space. If you download the app from somniumspace.com, you click on PC builder and it takes you here when you load up a parcel. Everybody gets 3 test parcels, the small, medium, and extra large, to kind of play with the builder and see how it works. It's real easy, as I will be showing you today. Today I'm going to be knocking down this build. So this is a build that I did a couple weeks ago on the stream to show the animated GIFs and some effects that you can do with them. So I built this whole little tiny town here, Monster City. And as you can see, it's a little bit based on Las Vegas with the giant eye and the pyramid there. But I got a tiny parking structure here. I got little pillars, burning building, Godzilla, Ultraman, all kinds of stuff going on. I am going to knock this down today, and I'm going to make something new. Something not tiny. Something that actually utilizes all the space on this parcel. I'm not sure what yet. So, let us proceed. So, Somnium Space here, the PC client, is it's a shared open world kind of thing, like Grand Theft Auto, right? So if I build something on this little area right here, everybody else is going to see it. It looks like I'm by myself in the Somnium world here because I'm in the builder, so it's only showing me what I'm working on right here in this little green square. But all these other green squares, as far as the eye can see, they have other stuff built on them. So if you walk from here over there to City Center, which is that building in the distance, first of all, you'd probably want to follow the roads and go over a bridge, but you're going to be walking past all kinds of stuff. So that means that in order to build something new, on this parcel, I have to knock something down because I already put the maximum amount of objects on this parcel, which I'll talk about in a moment. So it's time to tear this down and build something new. That's the plight of a single instance shared persistent world, because it's like reality, right? In reality, you can't have 2 buildings in one open world, like reality, occupying the same space. So let's make a gigantic wrecking ball here that it's a metaphorical wrecking ball that I'm going to take and knock down all of these buildings with. So you can imagine it's time to rotate this so I can get the maximum amount of fun out of this. Got to rear back and just smash through everything. Well, that one took out mostly Godzilla and everything in this little path here. Okay, let's take another wrecking ball swing at this stuff. Oh man, that got all these. It got all this stuff. Yep, okay. How about one more swing just to get all this stuff? This is really cool in my mind. You have to use your imagination, because if I wasn't playing around, I would just select everything and delete it right away. And then, bam, we'll knock all that stuff out. It would be good to go. And I still have all the textures on there, so I'm going to reuse some of those textures, because those were good building textures there. So now I have a blank parcel. This is an extra large parcel. That means that it has 850 parcel credits down here, showing on this gauge here. So because everybody's sharing the same open world together next to each other, like you have neighbors when you're walking around, you have to make sure that one person doesn't build something insane that lags everybody else down. You have to think about performance. So that's what these credits are down here. They're kind of like performance credits. And depending on the size of your parcel, you have a different amount of stuff that you could build on it with these performance credits. Shapes, they only cost 1 point. There's 850 points altogether for this size parcel. Shapes only cost 1, but if you do something like neons, they cost 5. Or if you do glass, I think glass costs 10. So you can't make... Well, you could make a cathedral out of glass, but you'd have to be very careful about how you did it so as to not use up all your parcel credits too quickly. Because one piece of glass is like 10 shapes. Okay, so with that aside, now we've got the parameters in place of what we have to work within. This little square, 850 parcel credits. Let's see how big a person is by putting a door. Because I know that people fit through doors. And I know from experience in Somnium that a person fitting through a door, this particular door, is about... Let me make the texture the way I want. How big is a person? They're about this big. Well, they're this big, but they're taller. They're this tall. Yeah. So that's about the size of a person. So I could build everything around that scale and know that it's going to work when a person walks through it. Now, I could delete the door and I have my person on there. Now I need to have a little bit of an idea of what I'm building. Sometimes I hit up AI to generate an image to build, like some kind of concept. I might just go to Google real quick and search for voxel art building. Because I like voxel art. I also like cartoon art. No, I might do cartoon art for a change. Yeah, because these kind of cartoons and voxels, they boil the form of something down to its most basic factors. Like this building, I like this building. I might make this building like right now. Well, look, another version of almost the same building. And it's just so easy to see the lines and the shapes on certain types of art. That's a nice looking one too. Okay. These two look pretty nice. I like this one because it's larger. It's square, but the inside could be real cool. Let's do this. We're making this. I think. Let's scroll down a little bit more, get some more ideas. This is neat. It's pretty neat. I really like the modern style there, so I might try one more search term. I've always wanted to make the Futurama city, because that's a cartoon. It's kind of like a hand-drawn thing, and it fits these kind of artistic points that I'm talking about here. But let's look for a modern building. Lots of the same ones. So it was pretty much modern by default. Okay, so let's pick one of these things. This is real nice. But I kind of want to do a big tower. Maybe I'll do something next to it also, but the big tower, it's just square though. This is cooler than square. Let's go with this thing. What is this thing? I don't even know where this came from. It's not going to be exactly like this thing, but it's going to be inspired by this thing. So let's get our doors in here, because we are going to have a few doors. I want to upload a custom texture from the Jedi Archives. It's going to be a texture of a door once I find this thing. There we go. We got a texture of door. Okay, and generally I'm going to follow this with the entrance being over here and then there being another entrance over there, and this is a one-story building, so let's just see how this turns out. If you right-click, it rotates objects, which is pretty handy. But I want to rotate them along a different direction to make them the door handles line up. So that's a little trick that I did. Instead of having to upload a second texture, I just flipped that one texture. It looks a little weird, but it looks correct from the outside there. And more correct than door handle being on the wrong side. And I might replace these doors with a more detailed door later on. But with these doors, which are the right size and look just about right, I can start to box out the floor of this room here. Make sure it's tall enough. Make sure my doors sit on the surface here. We're going to have something like this. We will have a couple windows here. Okay. Is this a big enough room? I wonder. I don't think so. I think this is going to be a pretty... It's going to be like a hallway type room because we got the space. Might as well utilize it. And this will be a long room. That it will be. But maybe it will connect to the other room somewhere. Alright, so let's get the walls in. The walls... I'm going to use just solid white right now to get the size of everything in. I judge the thickness of my walls on the thickness of my doors. I make them a little thicker than you might expect. No, actually, that's about right there, actually. These are going to go taller than that. I want these to be as tall as this. Which is... What axis is this? That is the y-axis. To be that tall on the y-axis. Oops. 2, 2, 4. Alright. That one was 224, then this one must be 10.60. Okay. Cool. My things can perfectly line up there. We'll go about this tall above it. Okay. And then... These are going to be windows. Now, I did not bother to center my doors, because I actually didn't want them to be centered. So let's stress the fact that they aren't centered by moving this over some. And in turn, moving these over. That is too tall, though. I want. I'm going to put windows in here, and I want the windows to almost go down to the ground. So how about something like that? And I'm going to try something weird, I think. Something weird that might look cool and save me on parcel credits. We shall see. And that is that weird thing. We're going to go to handrails. And I'm going to use this for glass instead of the normal glass. But it might turn out looking even cooler because of that rail and the frame that I get for free. So this handrail only costs 1 credit. So if I can make it fit in here. Oh yeah, yeah, this is gonna work nicely. All right. Save that, and let's do some more of that over here. I can dig it, I can dig it. Can I fit another one in here? I think so, if I move everything over. If I want to move everything over a little bit. Not really, though. But if this was just bigger to plug that up. I think that I do want to add another one. Okay, so to add another one, this just needs to be skinnier. And the skinnier one also needs to be what's used over here. Almost there. And these things can start being moved over. And finish being moved over. And then this thing, like so. And we're in business. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Let's get some more walls. Uh-oh, that's no good. That's more like it. It's so symmetrical too. That's almost sacred G. Okay, how about the big wall over here? You got it. Okay, let's do a bunch of these. These things only cost me, in the parcel credits down there, 3 parcel credits each. So we're going to do a good number of these all along the side here. We'll probably do this for less parcel credits at the end. Let's make the end right now. So how am I going to make this less parcel credits? Well, it's going to involve shrinking some things and stretching some others. There. Now I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 less parcel credits to make that wall. Cool. Which is substantial, because you did use 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 20 parcel credits this wall is, but it's nice. It's kind of the focal point of this room. Let's get the rest of this room in here. Okay, then we got the side of the room over here. Now, there's going to be a fancy roof on top of this building eventually, but before I get wrapped up in what's on this building, let's look at this next building that I'm going to have, which is going to be the taller, more interesting building. So we'll put a shape over here. Okay, now the piece of glass goes in here. I wonder if I could use this here also. Very nice. I think that works. I might want to spin it around so the handle's on the outside. Like that. Yeah, that's good. I could dig it, and I might do the same thing down here for this. Although this wall is a lot thinner, so I might have to adjust this some. Oh, what happened to my other one? I must have cloned it wrong. I had it so perfectly set up to drat. It's okay. I'll do it again. Okay, good. Click save. Moving on. Let's get some more cool stuff going on here. I gotta be careful. There's gonna be some stairs. Maybe I'll put the stairs over here. But this should be bigger. Probably. Like that. Okay, and then everything should be pushed back some to make room for a cool entrance. There we go. suppose. And 2 more. Alright. How we doing on time here? We're about 40 minutes into it. We're only 77 parcels into it. Parcel credits. That's like 2 parcel credits a minute. We're doing well because usually with this much glass, it's a lot more parcel credits. Okay, so now let's get the face of this building in there, I suppose. That's going to differ a little bit from the old face, so let's not go to the face yet. Let's get the back of the building. So, over here, let's think. What do I have uploaded? I got some cool textures uploaded. Let's use them. I'm going to spawn this one as a media image so that it's full bright, because if I used it as a regular texture, it wouldn't be bright. I might change it still, so I'm not too happy with how that looks. What else do we got for a full bright texture? How about this thing? That looks pretty good. It looks a little washed out, honestly. Not sure why. But I could give it a blue tint. That's even nicer. Okay. Now, how is this going to be attached to our building? I have to figure out. Okay. Just trying to break up the cubeness of that big tower there, because it is a facade. It's looking pretty good so far. That might be all that I need to do. Yeah. Maybe something from this side would be good. Yeah, it's good. No, actually, let's put something on this side to break that up. Okay. And then there'll be the foundation of that building. And how am I going to transition from the whitewash stuff to the brown stuff, or the gray stuff? Well, maybe I'll have to start that transition with the roofs of these things. Why not? How about a column that is a V that is upside down? Thank you, Thomas. I hope so too. It seems to be working out all right so far. All right. Usually things look terrible until the very end. So it not looking horrible at this point is a really good sign. looking good. Some of these on the other side to make it perfectly symmetrical. I'll clone the whole deal, rotate it 180. Perfect. I see an opportunity for a light and a neon. Let's start with the light. And the light. I don't know why my bear was spazzing out there for a minute. The light needs to be brighter and bigger, okay? Because it's going to be representing a neon. A neon tube, I believe. Seems good. Now let's get some shapes into here. Okay. Then we need some more of an entrance in front of this building here. see here. That ought to be pretty close to perfect. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's get this positioned onto the other side also. Don't need those, they're too tiny. You'd hardly be able to see them anyways. I think that's a good enough entrance there. Let's save. Okay, we are now about an hour and 12 into it, so I need to start wrapping it up for this session. So I'm only going to get the outside of the structure built this session, it looks like. As far as the details on the interior, that'll have to come another day, next session. So let's get this structure over here going. Excuse me. Okay, and then over here, it's got to start getting into that dark color again. Excuse me again. Okay, now we want the wall that goes back in, which will be just like this wall, I think, but rotated. So far, so good. Okay, looking good. Hey, okay. perfect. It's perfect because it covers up all the flaws. And that's what I'm trying to do. I call it burying the edges into other geometries so you can't see any issues with it. Let me make sure that this is going to all connect the way that I want. So I get this in here. I want that. Alright. Looking good. We got a symmetrical entrance in the front. Hey, nice. Oh, hi, Tina. How you doing? Oh, I forgot to talk like a bear. Okay, we're looking good. We got like 2 stories coming up here. Thank you, Matt. I think it's coming together too. There's a lot here though, so I'm not going to get this done within the next 20 minutes here. But there's kind of like 3 structures here, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the last structure over here. Maybe this will be a facade in the dark area. But I got to keep chipping away at the back end of this building and the side over here. Bridge them together with that walkway somehow. I'm thinking a brick wall right here. Let's see. Okay, this is looking pretty good. But not perfect. How is this side of the building longer? How did that happen? Okay, it must have happened right here. That's better. Okay. And then I need a strip going across the top. Okay. All right, looking good. Let's get this big brick wall over here in. I like to use this brick wall that's pre-lit because it looks so nice. Sometimes, not all the time. We'll find out if now is one of those times that looks good. With the low resolution version, so I wouldn't make a gigantic texture for people to download on mobile. So Block Muse, thank you, thank you. Okay, Now, let's get the rest of this thing ready to seal in here. Architecture school, no, but I have made a lot of video game levels, and I have been a fan of architecture my whole life. I have architecture books and stuff, but I don't know any actual architecture philosophy or laws or rules. Because I know like math stuff, and there's laws of mathematics and of the sciences, and it's just like once you understand how the things work, you can kind of apply the principles. I don't know I don't have any classical training in the principles of architecture, so everything that I make is kind of more art than science, for sure. But I do try to have the things that I make based in realism, and that's why there's all these beams and supports and stuff to hold things up. Because even though in like the metaverse you don't need to have actual structures, sound structure holding things up, because a lot of stuff isn't physics simulated, our brains still want to see some form of something making sense. So having a bunch of pillars to hold structures up and do that kind of stuff, it goes a long way in making an environment feel correct when you're running around in it. Looks like it'll do for the transition there. That connects one building to the other. It could do with some pots and stuff, but I only got 5 minutes left of the stream here, so I have to kind of tie things together. How many parcels do I think I have worked on? A lot. A lot. Over the years. I've been making, doing this weekly stream at least once a week for like 2 years now. So, I mean, if you count the amount of weeks in a year, that's already a whole bunch. But I've actually done more than just the weekly stream. But now here's the thing: a lot of the stuff that I've built no longer exists, because like how when I started off this stream, I had to tear down the thing that was already on this parcel before I built something new onto here. So even though I've made tons and tons and tons of parcels, you can't visit them all now. You would have to have been visiting them as they were being built, because they get torn down and new stuff gets put in its place. Okay, in these last remaining 5 minutes, I'm going to try to get some more done on these stairs here. Now, while I've never taken like classical architecture in school, I have taken level design in school. I am one of those types of people. It was interesting when I took a level design class, because it was in the trade school section of the local community college. It's like a junior college. If you've ever seen that show Community, that's what it is. But in community colleges, they have regular classes, but they also have a lot of like automotive and those kind of things, because community colleges are kind of like the people that don't go straight to university. So for whatever reason, there's just way more options when you go into a community college, because it's for a wider range of people. So the level designs class that I took was actually in the trade school section of their campus. It was right next to the automotive stuff. And interestingly enough, a different class that I took at that same school. It was 3D modeling car parts in Adobe Inventor. Is it Adobe Inventor? No, Autodesk Inventor. I think that's still around, actually. But I was making tons and tons of these car parts in the automotive department, which made sense because they were car parts at least. But then I would have another class for making an Unreal Tournament map was one of the classes. And these were electives because you could get like a certificate in level design, but the schools back then didn't have degrees in level design. It was just like a fringe thing. That's why the classes were in automotive instead of being in like the computer department, because there was a computer department of that school. It was just that all they did was programming and stuff. But yeah, I would just leave one class to go to the other class to do I would stop making car parts, and then I would go to start making an Unreal Tournament video game level, and it was in like the same building in the same little area of the school because for some reason they considered it the same kind of stuff. But that's the closest thing to actual architecture training that I've had is video game training, and that was just a class. Classes are cool, take the test, fun, but the real learning happens on the internet. Even in school, you can read the book. If the book doesn't cut it, you're gonna either, go figure out a way to ask somebody smarter, or just watch YouTube videos of people that are smarter, because they're easy to find. It's really hard to find somebody to like tutor you and teach you, but it's easy to find somebody like that on YouTube. Okay, this is looking real good. I am out of time in 1 minute. I didn't really get this thing far enough to take a cool picture. I usually spend the last few minutes dropping a whole bunch of lights in to take some kind of screenshot, so I'll see if I can do that right now. But there's just so much skeleton work of the structure remaining that I don't know if it's ready for me to share a tweet of yet. You only get one chance to make a first impression. So once people see this once, okay, it's cool. See it twice, it's like, hey, that's the same thing that I saw last time. Okay. I do believe that will do it for today. It looks pretty good. It's structurally great because I barely used any parcel credits. Well, I mean, I used 440. I just dropped like 4 lights in here. So I used about 200 parcel credits after I delete the extra lights. Maybe 250 parcel credits. So there's tons and tons of parcel credits left to fill the inside up and to finish the structure up. The structure is not limiting in any way because I do have a huge tower that's a facade, but the bottom of it it could be a facade or it could be hollowed out and you can actually walk around the bottom of it. And I have a big elevator that goes up into the facade, and then it's actually like kind of realistic. Even though these are tiny, tiny floors, if those were actually floors because of the scale of the texture. But I'm going to be able to utilize all of the walking space of this extra large parcel, and there's a lot of parcel credits left to fill it with a web browser object, a bunch of images and stuff like that. So, didn't get it finished in this one session, but we're looking good going forward. And it looks so weird and abstract. It's not ready for showcasing. But it's such a massive structure that this was good progress. Alright everybody, thanks for tuning in. Once again, I am the bear wearing the fancy shirt. Well, this is a very relaxed shirt, actually. I mean, if you were to spot a bear in the woods wearing a shirt, it might be something like this. But I'm SM SithLord. This is the build stream happening every Friday morning right here. I'm on the West Coast of America, California over here. So it's 9 a.m. in the morning. whatever time it is for you, the same time every week, and I'll see you next week. If you're new to the stream and you're just wondering what Somnium is about, this world that I'm building in here, you can follow this stream that you're watching here, and there's other people that come to you that aren't bears that stream to this channel other days of the week, including tomorrow, I believe. Over the weekend, there's always some kind of event happening, and other build streams. So you can check those out, see what it's like to use Somnium here, and also see what it's like to build in other ways. And I will be continuing this build next week, and it'll definitely be probably finished for the most part next session. That's how sure I am. All right, everybody. Later on.